We're in over 650 different industries. We started out of just doing lead generation, and one thing leads on to another, and that's where FatRank has become one of the leaders in the lead generation market within the UK. The rank and rent model, it's also known as pay what you want marketing. So we end up generating leads, and we try to choose the right customers to be able to, contractors that can deal with the inquiries, convert those leads into profitable projects, and then they pay us a finder's fee out of the winning profits of what they get from the project.
Want to attract and convert more leads? Want to learn how digital PR, branding, and SEO can establish and build your brand identity? Welcome to the Market Movers Building Brands and Links with Linkify podcast. We answer these questions and help you ramp up your brand visibility and credibility. Let's cut through the noise and make your business the talk of the town. We're your hosts, Nick and Chris. Let's get this show on the road.
Welcome to the Market Movers podcast. This is a very special two-parter where I am delighted to be joined by James Dooley, founder of FatRank, where he has built a no-win, no-fee lead generation business across hundreds of UK industries. We're going to dig into why he's moved away from traditional SEO retainers, how the rank and rent model works commercially, and why taking performance risk can become a stronger monetization strategy. Really excited to have you here. Welcome to the show, James.
Thanks for having me, Chris. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. Okay. So today's going to be sort of rank and rent under the umbrella of FatRank. Talk to us how you got started with this. What does it look like?
Yeah. So obviously I'm James Dooley. I'm the founder of FatRank. We're in over 650 different industries, which people would say, why? And the main reason is that we started out of just doing lead generation, and with word of mouth, one thing leads on to another. So you end up getting someone who's a landscaping company referring you in, a fencing company who then refers you into a different type of fencing that they might not be doing, and so on and so on. It never really started out to be in 650 different industries. It never started out to be a no-win, no-fee lead generation model, but that's where we are today, and that's where FatRank has become one of the leaders in the lead generation market within the UK.
Awesome. Okay, so talk to us. How does it work then? For anyone that's listening that hasn't heard of rank and rent, like what is the rank and rent model?
Yeah, so the rank and rent model is where obviously you rank a website and then you start to rent that out to clients. With regards to our model now on the no-win, no-fee, it's actually slightly different to the rank and rent model. So it's also known as pay what you want marketing. So what we end up doing is we end up generating leads, and we try to choose the right customers to be able to, contractors that can deal with the inquiries, convert those leads into profitable projects, and then they pay us a finder's fee out of the winning profits of what they get from the project. If they don't convert the lead, they've nothing to pay. So that's where the pay what you want comes in. So what they can end up doing is people might be watching this saying, well, all right, I'll sign up and I'll pay you 1%. Well, the point is that we might decline you as a customer, because there might be another fencing company, they might say, we'll pay you 10%, and they might have better conversion, pay us more money. We're all in it to try to make profit. So what we've ended up doing is we've got to choose the right contractors to deal with the inquiries that we generate. And from there, then, it is a pay what you want strategy. They add a specific markup on top of all projects to where we generate the inquiries for. If they don't convert, they've nothing to pay. If they do, it's already built within the price.
Okay. So why did FatRank move away from that like traditional rank and rent? You're obviously wearing the SEO hat. You know how to rank a website. You then generate leads and you can sell those leads. You could even start a bidding war between different companies and like only sell the lead to the person that pays the most. Why move away? Why move from that to a pay what you want model?
Yeah, so we've moved away from traditional SEO. We've moved away then from the rank and rent model to pay what you want marketing, where we don't need a large sales team that's consistently fighting with customers with whether they should pay for a lead, why the impressions and the clicks have not gone up from an SEO standpoint. We're not being micromanaged with everything of what we do, because they're only paying on success stories. So it's difficult for us, and the risk all lies on my shoulders. I've got to make certain that it works. But I'm confident in our strategies of what we do. I'm confident in what the team can provide. I'm confident that they understand the search intent for the most profitable keywords. Therefore, I feel it's worth us taking the risk. It's a calculated risk on our behalf. We've got to make certain the contractors are good enough to convert the leads. We've then got to make certain that the leads we generate are high profitable kind of projects for the clients. And if it is, it's a win-win situation, both for us and also for the contractors. chapter to make certain they're getting exactly what they want. We're not being micromanaged. We can spend the time in exactly the right areas of what we need to be doing to rank in Google, or maybe doing PPC or Facebook ads, or maybe doing LLM visibility and increasing citations within ChatGPT or Claude, Perplexity, and Gemini. All these are different strategies that we need to be doing. We don't want to spend 50% of our time trying to explain to the client what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're doing it, which seems to be what traditional SEO is, and also a pay-per-lead lead generation model seems to be.
Okay. So do you think that this model, from what you've seen at FatRank across 650 industries, is this the best suited model across all industries? I mean, you're working a lot, so I imagine you've got the data, or is this best suited for certain types of industries, would you say?
I mean, we're in over 650 different industries. And for us, it's the best model. For people watching this, if you're an existing SEO, unless you've got a large team and you are brilliant at knowing how to get better AI visibility, unless you are brilliant at knowing how to rank position number one in Google, then it's probably not the best strategy for you. We're confident with what we do. We know what type of links are good. We know what types of links are toxic. We know what moves the needle. We know how to write semantic content. We know that social media is being cited left, right, and center in the LLMs. We know what needs to be being done. So for us, it's less of a risk. It is still risky, but it's less of a risk. And it removes the tell us what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how you're doing it. It makes us be able to double down of where they make the profit. They open up with the most profitable keywords. We double down on those markets, and then we do a pay what you want lead generation strategy. But it doesn't suit all people. All marketers can't go and then start going, okay, I'm going to do the no win, no fee lead generation model like what FatRank does, because they need to be good at what they do. And majority of SEOs, and it's a shame that I say this, but majority of SEOs that I speak to, even at these high level events, are just not good enough.
That's interesting because, they've got to actually be able to close, haven't they? Otherwise, the relationship doesn't work. So why do you think clients respond differently when they only pay if the lead generation actually performs?
Well, it's an absolute no-brainer if you think of it.
Yeah.
A business owner watches this and says, what? So I don't pay for SEO. I don't pay anything for PPC. I don't pay anything per lead. I don't pay anything for increased LLM visibility, getting cited in ChatGPT and Gemini and all these other places. I don't have to pay for any of that, even if it does. I'm like, you don't pay a penny. So the only time you pay is when you convert a job. So it's an absolute no-brainer for the business owners, which means that our close rate is a lot higher, which then means we're not spending all of our time in trying to sell leads, sell SEO, and explain everything of what we're doing. So from that front, it's easier for us to onboard clients. It's just harder then to monetize it if you don't know how to rank. And that's the big part. It's the same scenario with rank and rent. Like, people became obsessed with joining the rank and rent industry, but there's a big part in that. Renting it out's easy, ranking it's the hard part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's only one person in position number one of Google. So, and I'm not saying number two and number three don't get the clicks, but they'd get half the amount of clicks in position number two and a quarter of the amount of clicks in position number three. So you need to be fighting to try and get that number one position for whatever the industry is. And I think the good part is we've got a lot of A players now that have been with us for over a decade. They're great at what they do. We understand knowing how to get rid of the noise of where some people say that content is more important than links. Some people say links is more important than content. We just do everything right. So we're trying to be omni-channel, omnipresent, holistic marketers, just to try and make certain the content is the best it can be. The link building that we do is the best it can be. Technically, it's the best it can be. Otherwise, again, we're not going to get paid. If we're on page 2 of Google, we're not going to get any money. So it's risky, but like I said, for business owners, it works great.
So the whole sort of thesis then of this is you'll find a roofing company that will say, I'm happy to give you, hey, look, if you send me a lead that I close, I will give you 5% of that sale. So you've twisted the whole thing on its head. Rather than saying, okay, we'll be your SEO agency. We'll send you an SEO report each month. We'll show you what your clicks look like, what your impressions look like. And then they're saying, well, we did this, we got this many leads, we didn't get. You're saying, well, forget all that. I'll send you leads, you close it, and you give me 5%. So they want to close yeah, they want to close them. You send them, they'll close them. On your end, it doesn't matter how you're generating those leads. It might be that SEO is the best strategy. It might be like PPC, Facebook ads, a combination of all of the above. But it's just removing that barrier. It's just for them, it's here's a lead, close it, we're all happy. Is that essentially right?
That's exactly right. Yeah. So like because the issue is as well, what we started to find, which was very strange, is that, well, it's not really strange. A business owner cares about one thing, a return on investment. So what is their return on investment? A majority of SEOs and majority of people that are doing now GEO and trying to get cited in LLMs and stuff like that, it's very difficult to track the return on investment of what they're spending for branding, for SEO, for LLM visibility. It's very difficult to track each one of those things. But that's what business owners want to do. So if I just de-risk, I'm not bothered about impressions. I'm not bothered about clicks. I'm not bothered even about the volume of leads. The only thing I really care about is how many jobs are you converting. I generate 3 leads a month or 4 leads a month and they close them 4 leads. It's bottom of the funnel. It's exactly what they do. It's a high profit job. I'd sooner generate 4 leads than generate 200 and they only close 1. I'm getting 4 times more sales by just generating the 4 leads. So it's up to us to do our keyword research right and make certain we're going after the most profitable keywords. But it's not then, we don't need to then sit down and explain everything on the impressions and clicks. Are they growing month by month? Well, no, because a lot of the time it's a hockey stick approach with SEO. A lot of the time you could be working on a website for 6 months and not be month by month growing it. And then what starts to happen is you get 4 months in and a client starts going, oh, I'm not certain whether you're the right SEO agency for us. Well, it takes time. Now, we know it takes time. We're trying to educate every single business owner that it takes time to work. It's just a difficult task to do. So we're like, do you know what? Let's eliminate all that. Let's talk the lingo that a business owner wants to talk, which is a return on investment. Let's guarantee them a return on investment on a no-win, no-fee lead generation model. And then let's scale it. And if it's not working, we need to find out why it's not working. We've got to perform. Otherwise, we don't get paid.
Does this put the competition now amongst your clients as opposed to you as an agency? So you're now no longer competing with other SEO agencies or marketing agencies in order to win the client, but you could be in a position now where you've got a couple of roofing companies, one that's like converting 20% of the leads that you send and paying you 5%, another that's converting 40% of the leads that you send and giving you 7%. Like, and how do you handle that amongst multiple clients that want to work with you when you've got that sort of competition happening?
They've obviously got to be good at conversions.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not the tail wagging the dog. Like, we've got control and we decide who's going to take our leads. It's not them deciding what digital marketing agency they're going to work with. We're saying, wait a minute, we're generating the leads. We want to make certain that you're the best brand and company to convert those leads into profit. And we just want a percentage of that profit. And we agree the what it needs to be. So this is where it's the pay what you want. Like, if someone came to me and said, oh, James, I can't add 20% on top of a project because I'm going to lose every job, then I'd sooner add 10% on. But if someone else comes along and says I'm going to add 15% on and they can convert just as much as them, I'm going to work with the one that can convert and give us 15%. Like, we're in it. I'm not saying we're there as a charity. We're in it to make profit. But we want to make certain that we completely de-risk it for the business owner. They guarantee a return on investment and they just pay us a percentage that they think is fair. And then we can both scale it. Now it's more of a partnership of what we're doing, as opposed to they are employing us as a freelancer and then we're employed by them and they feel they can talk down to us. Now we're on a partnership level of being, okay, we'll generate you the leads, you convert those leads. How
We'll
can
get
we
rich.
scale this up for you to get a better return on investment?
Yeah, that's awesome. James, before we did this record, you mentioned claim, frame, and prove. How does that fit into?
Yeah, so obviously online with regards to LLM visibility, we've got a claim that we're the best lead generation agency in the UK, that we're going to guarantee a return on investment. We've got to frame it in a way online for them people to understand what it is. But then the proof's in the pudding. So at the end of the day, we've got to do what we say on the tin. If we don't prove it, we don't get paid. And it's really as simple as that. And it's very risky for anyone else to come along and say, do you know what? I'm going to clone what FatRank does on a no-win, no-fee lead generation model, because they've got to be good at what they do. And a lot of these people are obsessed with getting a rental, whether they're generating leads or not, or charging per lead with regards to lead generation, where we're confident enough to understand, okay, from a business point of view, we will only charge on a pay-per-sale, like a pay-on-conversion, performance-based lead generation, commission-based lead generation, whatever you want to call that, but it's a pay-what-you-want strategy that for business owners, it's a no-brainer. So whether you're a fencing company, a HVAC company, a carpet cleaning company, whether you're a patio, a driveway company, it doesn't matter what the industry is. We're able to adapt our strategy, our SEO skills, our paid ad skills, our social media skills to find out where their ideal customer persona is hanging out. We've got to get those leads. They've then got to convert them, and then it's a win-win situation.
I love it. Just as we wrap up, have you got any anecdotal case study examples, or just like a company that you went with that had never seen the sort of volume of leads that you sent before, and actually they could convert like crazy, and it's like super exciting what you're doing together?
Yeah, so we've got one, F1 Markins, who's based in Birmingham, Milton Keynes, I think they're based in Buckingham, and they've gone from 2 vans to 27 vans on the road.
In how long?
That was over about 3 years, but it could have been a lot faster, but they wanted to grow steadily. Like, they wanted to make certain that operationally, there wasn't just taking on too much work. So they started to increase the prices to make certain they could like throttle it a little bit. But yeah, they've gone to do like a lot of car park markings, road markings and stuff like that. So they've grown massively. We've got cleaning companies that we've scaled up. We've got roofing companies that have grown 300%. We've actually had to slow down the leads for certain clients and then segment them to other companies because the volume of what we can generate. So we know we can grow the companies, and now it's on us to make certain we're choosing the right company. We also now start to get a little bit involved with their branding, because if we can improve their branding, that increases the conversion rate, which then increases the amount of jobs that they win for the leads that we're generating, which means that we start to make a little bit more money as well. So we do get involved. This is where the partnership comes into it. We do get involved with the companies we want to work with, and we want it to be a partnership where we generate the leads and we take their business on to the next level. If someone came through to us and said, we're not looking to grow, they're not the right business owner that we want to work with.
That's awesome, James. I'm sure anyone that's listened to this that has got a business that everyone always wants more leads. If they're listening, then and they're interested, where can they go? Where can they find you?
Yeah, so on this, if they reach out to www.fatrank.com, go through to the contact page, fill out the form, explain like the service that you do, the areas that you cover, and hopefully we can kind of take you on as a client and do the no-win, no-fee lead generation. If we can't, there's other solutions that we might try and pass you on to. We don't accept everybody. We are quite selective with who we want to work with. But yeah, head on over to fatrank.com and hopefully we can work with you.
Awesome. And make sure you stay tuned, guys, because we've got James Dooley for a part 2.